You're listening to NGSC Sports Radio. Hear us live on ngscsports.com, where you can get awesome analysis for all things sport. Or check out our podcasts on iHeartRadio, Spreaker, iTunes, TuneIn, and much more. For our latest videos, head to NGSC Sports YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter at NGSC Sports and like us on Facebook. NGSC Sports. We never stop.
So Craig is a bot that can record both of our audio independently. I just saw somebody talk about it the other day, and I was like, I want to try that. So Craig is not a real person. He's like, what's his name? He was our...
Mike Pence.
Yeah, sure, Mike Pence. Let's go with Mike. Let's go with Mike Pence. Mother. No, what was our assistant? What was our assistant guy that didn't actually exist?
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
He was the guy. He was the fake person.
Didn't exist, my ass.
You know who I'm talking about, right?
I know exactly what you're talking about. I just can't remember his name.
I don't either. Oh, that's depressing.
Des.
Yeah, there you go.
Desmond McElnerney or some shit like that.
Sure.
Yeah, I think he was Irish. Or from Ohio.
Yes, he was from Ohio. Because he's a big Ohio State fan. Because that made us hate him.
That was right. Well, the Irish love Ohio State, so.
That is true. Oh my God. It has been a time and a half, some would say.
So are you still going to work right now, or are you going from home?
I'm working from home. We just had some meetings today. I actually went into the office today to grab some more shit that I might need, like some keyboards and extra monitors and hard drives and stuff like that, because we're going to do a lot of we have found ways to do a lot of what would have been our live content just recorded like through Zoom or something. So we're gonna do all our stuff. We're gonna be able to get a lot of the content we would have been pushing out anyway. So that's at least a good thing.
Hey, I wish 2 weeks ago I'd put some money into Zoom. 401k be looking like a damn Arnold Schwarzenegger and Predator right now.
Jesus, man. Like because Jackie wanted to try something before we were testing stuff on Discord. She wanted to test something on Zoom. So I just was like curious, like, because I've only used it on my laptop. I was like, I wonder if they have an iPhone app. And I went to the App Store and it was like #1 in business. I was like, yeah, I bet it is. I bet it is.
Pete has it on his iPhone now, and they've been doing church meetings and services over it for the last week.
Yeah, Zoom's great. Like to be fair, we used it in our conference rooms to bring in people like who couldn't actually make it live. So like we were already pretty good with Zoom, and it always worked really well for us. But yeah, just to see like it fucking explode because of all this stuff is kind of nuts.
I mean, like when 2 weeks ago I had heard of Zoom, I knew what Zoom was. And now my mom and dad know what Zoom is and have it on their phones and use it. And I'm like, okay.
Don't worry, you're still ahead of the curve because you use Discord with me.
There you go.
To be honest, I will also say this. Discord is fantastic, but I think because of how associated it is with video games, it won't catch on a lot in professional settings. But it's a very stable platform. And because Jackie and I, she was testing out the screen sharing feature to maybe do like virtual rehearsals and stuff. So because it works really well. So it's just a shame. But anyway,
Good.
We can still be hipsters here on the Foreign Affair podcast. Woo! Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's welcome, everybody.
What's happening in the foreign land this week? Nothing. Everything is shut down.
Yeah, basically. Basically. Hey, the Olympics aren't going to be happening, but we still are. So that's something. We outlasted the Olympics. Suck on that.
What? Suck on that, Athens, BC.
Oh man, when they were still showing like 3 days ago, they were like, yeah, we might still have it, it might still happen. And America was like, yeah, we're not sending anybody. That's not happening, guys. And they're like, oh, maybe we shouldn't actually be doing this, I guess. Oopsies. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Now, in fairness, I did read it was going to cost them like a fuck ton of money to suspend it, and I'm like, yeah, well, the Olympics are already a loser.
I mean, that is going to suck. Everybody's trust me, everybody's losing some money here.
That's true.
Why not you guys too?
That is very true. But yay, you're not losing money by listening to myself, Edward Green, along with my Colin Crime West Bradshaw here for episode 307. Of the Foreign Affair podcast. As always, we are presented by NGSC Sports, NGSCsports.com. We never stop. And hey, Discord, if you guys want to sponsor us, everybody's throwing that love Zoom's way. But if you wanna have one of the nation's still going on preeminent podcasts, because it's not like people can't do podcasts from the comfort of their own home. So yeah, anyway, if you guys want to get on that sweet cash with us, we would love to.
Hills to the yeah.
We will shill hard for you guys on Discord.
It's like, I mean, I've even been thinking, am I going to take my stimulus check? The answer is yes. Yes, I am.
Yes, I am.
But I at least thought about it for about a quarter of a second because of this sweet pod money that we're bringing in.
Straight cash, homie. So we have
Gucci.
I love Gucci. We have a good podcast for today. We are going to have a brief discussion before we hit the news and notes. Again, there's not that much news and notes to talk about, but there are a few things, and of course, we'll also pimp it.
But we could have the most epic watch for ever.
That's true. I have something to watch for.
Thank you, Netflix.
Yes, thank God. That hour it was out was hell. So we are going to do that. We're of course going to pimp out The Athletic because we love pimping out The Athletic, and doing the watch for as well. So let's start off with, and I wanted to do this real quick. We don't have to spend a ton of time on this, but I was thinking about it when we were thinking of stuff to talk. When I was thinking of stuff to talk about, and I was like, what could we talk about that? Because whatever. I was thinking, this is the idea I came up with. We talked a little bit, I think it was either last week or 2 weeks ago, when everything was happening in Italy. And Serie A basically was like, yeah, we thought about doing a playoff, but we ain't doing that shit. So the Premier League will probably not do that now that we know that the Premier League is maybe reconvening in June. Hands to the side, we don't know. If we could do a playoff, and this is what I mean, because we're not going to do a playoff for first, because that's stupid. Because Liverpool won the league, we're not doing a playoff for first, and also because Manchester City is, as far as we know, still not going to the Champions League. They don't matter as far as where they finish, so we'll put them at second. But again, it doesn't matter for Champions League spots. So. This is what I've been trying to rack my brain. I want to do a playoff for the other 3 Champions League spots, and I also want to do a playoff for relegation. So my thinking was you take the next 8 teams after City, and that would be Leicester, Chelsea, United, Wolves, Sheffield, Tottenham, Arsenal, and Burnley, or Crystal Palace. They both have the same points and the same goal differential, so take one. It doesn't matter which one you take.
One game playoff.
So that's what I'm thinking. So it's one game playoff, but then you still have 4 teams left. And my other thing was, if you do like Leicester versus Burnley, and you just see like that because top and bottom, should Leicester get any sort of advantage? because they are like 14 points ahead of Burnley. So should they? That's what I was trying to think. Should they get an advantage? Should they get like a 1-goal advantage? Like try to think about what is that's where I guess my question is for this discussion. And also I wanted to do it for like the bottom 6 teams too. But is how do you make a playoff that is both exciting or it's exciting, still gives some advantages to the teams who finished better over the first 29 matches of the season and can be wrapped up in a somewhat reasonable amount of time?
Oh, Jesus. These are the discussions we have during the coronavirus because there's no easy solution to any of this.
Do you do like double elimination or?
Or, well, what you could do is, so right now, say Chelsea and Leicester are in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you've got 3 spots. That's the thing. Filling 3 spots is weird.
Yeah.
Because how do you know, what I was sitting there thinking was, okay, if you took 8 teams, I don't know how you do that all of a sudden. I was going to say you just give like Leicester and Chelsea buys.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think I've actually come up with it. And I'm thanking League of Legends for this because this is actually how they're running their summer playoffs in the North American League this year, or if it even happens. So it was going to be an 8-team playoff format. The top 2 teams from the regular season get a first round bye. Teams 3 through 6 play each other in the first round. So 3 would play 6, 4 would play 5. And then teams 7 and 8 start in the losers bracket. And so like the losers of the 3, 6, and 4, 5 matchups drop down to play the 7 and 8 to continue on. And then the winners of those matches then take on the 1 and 2 seeds. If you kind of are following what I'm saying here.
Sure.
Let me see. I think I can actually find a picture of this. Because I know it's a sort of hard format to digest with just me doing this for you here. Okay, so this is it. Do I have a picture? That is okay. Here we go. All right, I am sending you. I hope I'm sending you.
Send it to me.
All right, let's see. All right, here. Let me. This will probably be easier. All right, so I'm sending you this link. Just scroll down. It's the second picture of a bracket. It's like, I don't know, maybe like halfway down the page. But that kind of shows you. So basically, the top 2 seeds get a bye after the first round. 3 plays 6, 4 plays 5. 8th plays the loser of the 3-6 match. 7th plays the loser of the 4-5 match. The winner of the 3-6 match plays the 2. Loser of the 4-5 or winner of the 4-5 match plays the 1. So basically, the top 2 teams, which would be Leicester and Chelsea, get a first round bye, and Arsenal and Burnley start in the losers bracket. Then United would play Tottenham, and Wolves would play Sheffield. The winner of each of those games would play Leicester and Chelsea. Then the winner of each of those games would play each other, and then you get to the finals. And so the 3 champion words. The 3 Champions League spots would be the eventual winner, the runner-up, and the losers bracket finalist.
The only problem would be that no. I was going to say, I guess you could do it for placing, but now with the way it is, it doesn't really matter where you place.
Yeah. Because right at this point, second's no different from 4th.
Yeah, so if I got to that final of that, why would I give a shit?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you make it a cup. Maybe you give it a trophy. I don't know what you do. Because
Arsenal's back in, baby.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine the run Arsenal coming bracket to win this trophy? Oh,
and see the thing is, you're coming up with this, and as a Tottenham fan, all you're going to do now is Arsenal chance to get back in over you.
Yeah, that's true.
Son of a bitch!
Yeah, because if we,
what have you done it on the green?
Yeah, I don't know if we could beat United. Maybe. You know what? It depends on when we play. If we get Harry Kane and Son back, maybe we can.
Pogba's bald now. That can't help him, right?
Oh, that's true. So yeah, these are the things I think about when there is no actual soccer to be played. Is what can we do? Because that talk has been from the latest I saw is that the Premier League was looking to start back up sometime in June. This was from and this kind of segues us into news and notes a little bit. The Premier League had a coronavirus meeting on the 21st. All 20 teams were represented there. I apparently need to log back into the Athletic because they don't remember me, apparently. But the essential point was that the season is, they're going to try to get it maybe in early June will start, but where at one point they had said they'd like it to end by the end of June. This is back when they were hoping to start around early April. Now it's quote unquote indefinite that the season is going to continue on, but I don't know. I don't know when it's going to come back. I don't know. I mean, again, the question becomes, if you start in late June or early June, you still have 29, you have 10 matches to play? 9 math? 9. This is 30, 31, 32, 33. Yeah, 9 matches. So, or everybody but City has 9 matches. And Villa, but Villa doesn't matter. So,
Villa's trying to get that relegation.
That's fair. I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but the problem for them is they're matching hands with Chelsea. So
yeah, that's okay. So I guess the question is, like, if they come back in early June and they have to play 9 matches, then that takes you about to early August. If you're not playing 2 weeks, I know that's been bandied about, playing 2 weeks and just doing big time squad rotations.
Squad rotation, nothing. That's when we're at our best, is playing 2 weeks. Even though it doesn't matter anymore. But shit.
That's true. After 2,
if we hadn't had that damn winter break and could have got our 2 weeks in, we'd have probably mopped the damn floor of that.
Oh man, you just needed that coronavirus 1 week early.
Just 2 days earlier would have helped.
That's true. And so I guess then it's like, okay, so you end at the beginning of August. And then do you just go straight into the next season? Like what? There's so much that's still.
Maybe we'll give them a fall break.
Yes. Hey, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Having an actual break. But I guess they would, if they start back in early June. Again, big if, they would have been off for about 3 months. Which, hey, let's be honest, that's probably the biggest break some of these guys have had in a while.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, just think about it. It's a much bigger break than what any of them would have had because there's no international football. They can't make them play anything else during this break. So, really, in all honesty, now that you kind of say that and we think about it for a second, this could long-term go down as like one of the best things that's happened for the actual players in a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about you think about Harry Kane. Let's take Harry Kane as an example, because it has been a deal made about how much football he's played over the last 4 or 5 years. Yes, he would have been out injured anyway, but what would he have been doing? He would have been killing himself. He was killing himself to try to get back for the Euros. Well, now there's no Euros to get back for. He's literally, he's just having to take this enforced break. Now, obviously, he's working still to get back into shape to play. But for him, there's not that pressure of, I've got to get back for the Euros. I've got to get back for the Euros. So,
yeah, I agree.
Go
ahead.
Yeah, now I'm going to tell you this. The really super interesting thing is going to come down, well, do you just finish the season and go right the next season? What about transfers?
Yeah.
What about all those guys whose contracts end on, June the 31st? Yeah. What about those guys who are destined for the big moves away? What's going to happen to those guys if you're like, oh, well, yeah, we'll just play and then we'll take 2 weeks off and just start the new season? Hold the hell up. Please tell me it's going to be a 2-week transfer window, which would be
God,
beyond. I don't think I'd sleep for those 2 weeks. I don't think we'd have time to sleep for those 2 weeks.
The biggest loser in that scenario is obviously because then he doesn't have 2 months to just not do anything before trying to do something in the last 2 days.
Oh man, at least. And who did you say? I'm sorry, because you break out right when you said
Daniel Levy.
Oh well, I was going to say on Daniel Levy, he could also be the biggest winner because then who could get mad at him for not being able to sign people in 2 weeks?
That's true. That's fair.
He wins big and he loses big all at the same.
Oh, what a winner loser.
Poor Josie.
Yeah. I do think that's going to be fascinating. Also, we're talking about these big moves. What if you're a team like Leeds or West Brom, who comes up as one of the top 2 teams, or even one of the playoff teams, who comes up as the third one, and then it's you have 2 weeks to get all the things that would make you a Premier League squad. Good luck.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's gonna be a nightmare. Whatever happens, it's gonna be a nightmare. And it does also look like it's probably going to start back whenever it does with closed doors matches, which it does seem like the players have come around to through the latest meetings. But it is a real shame that more and more, and I know you probably don't want to, but more and more it is looking like Liverpool will probably win the league behind closed doors and with no major gatherings allowed to happen in that time. I'm sure there will be plenty of fireworks going off in the city of Liverpool when that happens, but it is a real shame that it is almost no one is going to be able to celebrate together when it happens.
Well, considering fucking Rio Ferdinand's out there lobbying to have the entire season just, it needs to be null and void. Fuck you, Rio. Fuck you, as we like to say on the show.
Yes, we do.
Fuck you.
We do say that.
So, I'll go ahead and just take my title now. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We'll go ahead and put it on the wall at Kirkby.
That was the other thing, and I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to dick, but like in my hypothetical playoff thing, the Liverpool is just handed the title by the head of the FA to Jurgen Klopp in like a very, very staid ceremony. Like, we want to congratulate Jurgen Klopp for winning. I don't know what accent this is. We want to congratulate Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool for putting together a fantastic Premier League season. Here is your trophy, and here in this box are your winners' medals. You may now walk the 6 feet over and come pick them up as I walk the other way. Thank you. So that's
exactly
depressing. It's sad. Congratulations on winning the league, but
don't worry, we'll still have an open top. Celebration, which no one will be allowed to attend.
Yeah,
but people will watch from their windows as Jurgen gets absolutely blitzed out of his mind and falls off the bus.
As long as everybody stays indoors, it's fine. It's fine. So that's that. A couple other stories that have come out. Let's see. What was the other one? Oh, this is what I sent you. UEFA to relax financial fair play regulations in light of coronavirus crisis, from Matt Slater over The Athletic. Now, in fairness, this seems to be one where they're allowed. Now, if you're Manchester City or PSG or a club like that, not to name names, but you can't just go willy-nilly. But there is some leeway to be had here because of everyone's new favorite phrase, force majeure, which is definitely a French term. So we'll see how that goes. I see no way this goes anything but poorly if they decide to do it. So congrats you.
There was the 8 Premier League teams have written letters on behalf of keeping Manchester City in Sheffield. And they're all the ones that you thought it would be.
Of course. Of course.
So they're like, wait a minute. Yeah, we can relax from financial fair play, but don't you let them off.
Yeah.
So don't you let them off the deal.
They still fucked up. You still have to go after them.
Exactly. For them, it was not this season's stuff. It is old stuff. You gotta punish them.
I thought this was also interesting and is kind of funny that Rio Ferdinand's talking about voiding the season. This was a report. This coming from Bleacher Report and Gil Clark. There was a report that came out that Premier League clubs, if the season was voided, would have to pay back about £762 million in TV money. And I'm sure there was some clubs that, with all the proper intention in the world, were like, maybe we should just cancel the season, or just cut it off and say, hey, Liverpool, congratulations, you won the title. We're done. Let's move on to next season. Even then, you got to balk at this 762 million number, which even divided by 20 clubs is still about 38 million pounds, or one Fernando Torres. There it is. So this is obviously something that will not let them cancel the entire season, but is a hell of a lot of money, and is why once again there's been so much fight to do it. All right, so that's pretty much all I had, but we are still at the point where we can pimp the Athletic before we hit the watch for. Wes, I say this almost having the prescience to know what you might talk about when you pimp the Athletic, but I'll ask you, is there anything you'd like to pimp from the Athletic?
God, I mean, just about everything right now that I've been reading have been like features of going back to yesteryear. Because I mean, there's nothing. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not reading shit that has anything to do with COVID-19.
That's fair.
I'm so over it. Oh my God. I mean, it's, when I go to be entertained, I don't want to read about it. So, there is a fantastic article by Simon Hughes on Liverpool's Spice Boys. The mid-90s side, which were they were the Liverpool team that were almost great, almost amazing, almost fantastic. The only problem was Fergie's United were in the way. But they're famous for their FA Cup run out when they all wore their cream Hugo Boss suits onto the field pre-match. We looked amazing and lost the FA Cup. But it's a very interesting time in Liverpool's history. Some really, really big names on that team. I mean, you look at guys like Robbie Fowler, Steve McManaman. It was the pre-Jamie Carragher, Steven Gerrard run. But it was a really, really talented Liverpool side that, like I said, if it hadn't been for Manchester United, great Fergie sides of the moment, what might have been. But that's kind of my big one from the Athletic. I'm not going to lie, with most of it being COVID. Yes, I haven't been on the Athletic too much in the last week.
I'm a little surprised because I could have sworn I knew, and I was very wrong. So I'm gonna pimp in Wes's stead an article, and then I'll have one to pimp for myself. And I need to pull it back up here because this is coming out from one that people would probably not expect from me. Where here? This is from one Rich Hammond, who I believe is the beat writer for the LA Rams. With his article, "The situation with Todd Gurley and the Rams was beyond repair." I am shocked this is not what you pimped. Shocked, sir.
The damn Rams. I was going to bring up Todd later in the.
Okay.
What else you got? But yeah, go ahead.
My fault. We'll get to it more then. I did. This is a good article by Rich Hammond. I recommend, any football fan go into it because whether you care about Todd Gurley and the LA Rams or not, it also does bring up a lot of good points about the shelf life of an NFL running back at this in this year 2020, and it's not great. It's really, really bad. The days of like Emmitt Smith's is over. So fascinating read for that, but also a fascinating piece on a guy who spent a lot of time covering Todd Gurley over the last couple of years. So go check that out.
If he needs any information from the guys who spent their time covering Todd Gurley in the early years, we're always available.
As we like to say, we made Todd Gurley big. I mean,
we kind of blew him up. We're the ones who were giving him those initial interviews.
Absolutely. The article I'm going to pimp out, and there's been a lot of great articles. There's been college basketball writers have been doing like retrospectives of some of the great March Madness games they ever witnessed. Yaman Brennan did one on the Purdue Virginia tournament game from last year, which was insane. So there is a lot of good, thankfully non-COVID-19 stuff out there. This is what I'm going to pimp out, though. This is from Jack Lang, back to soccer. And it's simply titled, Ronaldinho and the Mortal Behind the Myth.
I've got that one, too.
Oh, so good. So good. First of all, I didn't fucking know he was in jail.
Yeah, for using like a fake passport because they can't look at you and be like, yeah, you're not Hector Salazar. You're fucking Ronaldinho. Jesus.
So stupid. But it
does go to show you that just because you're a really good athlete doesn't mean you have very much intelligence.
It's true. It's sadly true. But it is a fascinating article. I cannot recommend it enough. Again, this Ronaldinho and the Mortal Behind the Myth by Jack Lang. And this is, I think, showing non-COVID-19 related what makes the Athletics still great and what makes it worth the money is all these nice feature pieces they're doing now. Not that they weren't doing them before, but when you don't have games to really talk about, they're cranking out even more big, long feature pieces like this. So again, it's totally worth the money if you're into sports at all. I wouldn't even say a specific sport at this point. If you are into sports in general, The Athletic is more than worth it. So again, guys, go check.
I agree. It hasn't been so much not wanting to look at it by any means. It's just been situational.
Yeah, I know it's. I'll be 100% honest. I know sometimes we differ politically and whatnot, but even just me reading my Twitter feed and just everything going on right now, it does get overwhelming and depressing every once in a while. And I think not being able to really go anywhere. Like I've left the house in the last week. Today I left the house to go to work for about half an hour to pick stuff up. I went Sunday to the grocery store, and I think I went last Monday to work to get stuff. And that's the only 3 times I left the house in the last week and a half. So it's not great.
I've personally been breaking containment. I've just stayed away from people while I break containment.
And you still actually have to go to work, right?
I do. Luckily, it's been my week off. But,
okay.
I go back on Friday.
Yeah.
But I'm essential personnel. Yes. So when it's time to go to work, I will go to work.
So yeah, it is
but yes, I have been. Me and the dog have been going to the dog park, where it has been not very many, if anybody, out there. I have been taking my nice long runs out in the country, or just around Michael Davies' garden.
Yes.
But yeah, I've done a pretty good job of avoiding people this week, and it's been kind of shitty because I'm just one of those people staying at home. I don't like being around home. I like being out doing stuff and going places. And man, my Tinder game is totally drying up. Golly.
Nobody can get this podcast.
I'm not up for virtual online dating.
Okay. This.
Yeah, we did chat rooms in the 90s. The hell with that shit.
Thank God this podcast is international. It can't be heard outside the United States.
It can. Woo.
Anyway, all right. The point is, and just to touch back on what you said, you're somebody who likes to go out and people and be with people. I'm not. Shockingly, I know to people who actually know me, I am very.
Your dreams have all come true.
Yeah, and still, like, there are times when I'm just like, I really want to go out and just do something. Like today, I went for like a half-hour walk just around our neighborhood, and just to do something else. Because like, yeah, hey, getting to just chill at home and just be me and one name producer Jackie. Hey, a lot of the time that is perfectly fine and awesome. But every once in a while, it just kind of sets in and you're like, no, I have to be here now. This sucks.
Yeah, it's different when it's like by free will I'm staying home, or you're being told, oh, you have to.
Hey, I remember because
you can kiss my.
The funny thing is, so this is a story for the podcast. I was supposed to go to Brazil this past Christmas, and someone, it was me, did not check their passport expiration date before they left. So on the day they were supposed to leave, I don't know why I'm still saying they when it was obviously me. We were supposed to leave around 6:00 Saturday afternoon for Brazil. And when we started packing around 11 a.m., I went to go grab my passport and thought, hey, let me just look in it and make sure everything's in there. And I realized that it expired 5 years ago.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, that's not great.
Well.
So
it expired 5 years ago, so nobody really checked it.
Yeah, it'd been a while. That's basically since the last time I was in Brazil. So because we'd already taken the time off, we're like, all right, well, I'm not going to work during the holidays anyway. There's nothing else going on. I've gotten all my work done anyway because I didn't think I'd be here for this week. So one day, producer Jack and I basically had a little over 2 weeks of just chilling at home, doing nothing, and it was fucking rad because it was a vacation and it was awesome. After her obviously doing what she does for her work, redacted, and myself doing what I do for work, having like 2 weeks just chill at home and do nothing, it's pretty awesome. This time,
Mittens was not pleased because that's Mittens time.
That's true. Oh, she is. Mittens, you know what? We'll say Mittens has been getting to go outside, so Mittens is okay right now.
Mittens is the only one who gets to go outside.
That's true. It's a little chilly, so.
Because you can't get COVID-19 when you already have cats.
That's true. So anyway, long story short, this is a very trying time. But thank you to The Athletic for doing non-COVID. It's very much appreciated. Very, very much so. All right. You said it was going to be big, so let's get into it, Wes. Big watch 4 time. What you watching week that was, week that will be?
And
yeah.
In this time of heartache and these terrible things going on in our country, around the world, our good friends at Netflix knew exactly what the world needed.
What was that?
And they gave it to us in 2 magical words.
What's that?
Tiger King.
Okay, I've been seeing people talk about that.
And I'm just going to give you a few words thrown out there, just a few.
Okay.
Tigers, lions,
okay,
bears.
Oh my.
Ligers. Gay rednecks who are in a marriage.
Okay.
A zoo owner who has his own. A big cat rescuer who may or may not have killed her first husband and fed him to a tiger.
I did see that meme. So
by the way, she most definitely killed her husband and fed him to a tiger. No matter what she wants to say. Oh my goodness. Methamphetamine, arson, hitmen.
What?
Oh my goodness. And I'm only on episode 4. I've still got 3 to go. I've got 5, 6, and 7 left to go of this. it is. So it starts off like extremely innocently, like, hey, we're gonna do a documentary on someone who owns, and operates a big cat rescue, zoo, farm, whatever you want to call it. Hey, these people seem kind of interesting. Let's see what happens. And holy shit, this thing is devolving into like the greatest dumpster fire maybe ever put on film. And none of this was meant to go where it went.
Oh man.
Wow. I mean, this is a documentary. This is true crime. Mm-hmm. This is like a freak show all rolled into one. Mm-hmm. I mean, the guy openly says, yeah, I got a cult. She's got a cult. We all got cults.
Like, okay.
God. Oh, wow. It is one of the most amazing shows I've ever watched.
Wow. All right. Awesome.
You say, well, do you recommend to me? I recommend this just for the sheer enjoyment that, you know what? I'm stuck inside for 2 weeks. Life sucks right now, but it could be worse.
Yeah, apparently.
It could be worse. I could be Joe Exotic. I could be Carol Baskin.
Oh my.
Yes. Tiger King.
All right.
That's it. Oh! And I'm into season 2 of The Good Place.
Hey!
Holy shirt! Holy forking shirt, Ed!
Do you remember when I told you this was like Law?
Holy forking shirt! That thing just went from, wait, what? Huh? And the first 2 episodes of season 2 are like, oh my god, what is this? What is happening here? What has happened to my life?
Do you remember my favorite part from those first 2 episodes? I think it's in one of those first 2 episodes is the part where, not to spoil anything for anybody, I can say this, where Jason figures it out.
Yes. Oh my god, Jason figured it out. I think my new favorite character is Mindy St. Clair and her just overwhelming love of cocaine.
Very medium place. Very medium place.
Oh, goodness. I could so hang with her and her massive cocaine addiction.
Oh, man. She is that. I've been.
You remember? No, of course you didn't remember to bring the cocaine.
I have been waiting for you to get through season 1 because I think that reveal is in the top 5 moments of television history. It's that good.
My goodness. And folks, we're not giving you any spoilers here. Other than Mindy St. Clair and her love of cocaine.
Mindy St. Clair and the love of cocaine is not a spoiler.
Loves cocaine. But, oh my goodness. I literally, I let out an audible screech and had to rewind it like 3 times. I was like, wait, what the forking shirt?
Holy mother forking shirt balls. It is...
Oh,
I remember Jackie and I watched it live when it was, or on Hulu. We watched the day after it happened, and we were just like there was a few moments where I was like I thought I was starting to figure it out, but I didn't get there, and I was
no, I was nowhere ready for it.
Oh my god, that was nuts. It's so great. It's such a great show. So congratulations, you have 3 more seasons of this. Oh, great. So great. My little quick watch for which is sort of kind of going back to the Tiger King. Is that what it's called?
Tiger
King. And I kind of don't want to talk about this because the best part about this, also this is kind of linked to The Good Place. This is already kind of spoiled if you go try to find it now, which sucks. I really wish I had gotten this on the ground floor, but I never would have gotten to this on the ground floor. So it kind of sucks. But I will recommend, it's a YouTube channel simply titled I Am Sophie. And the very first YouTube video for the channel is called The New Queen of YouTube Channel Trailer. And it is basically a video of this blonde, perfect girl is with Lamborghinis and big houses. And she's doing all these things that young influencers do who are super rich. And she talks about wanting to figure out who she really is. Unfortunately, if you look at the other videos on the channel, you kind of see where this goes. And it sucks. Because I wish I didn't know. I wish somebody had just told me, start with the first video and just keep watching. It does seem like it gets really good. This is scripted. This is 100% scripted. This is not real. 100% scripted. But I really wish if this, I mean, I imagine nothing to you. If this means something to you, I would be stunned. This reminds me a lot of Marble Hornets on YouTube.
Nope.
Yeah. It's a lot like that. So I wish I had known. I wish I had been told about this when the first video was released and just told to watch. And even after the first video, I've been like, okay, whatever. It gets good. It gets really good. So anyway, that's my thing. I am Sophie. Go be one of her 17.7 thousand subscribers. So with that, we are pretty much done for this episode of the Foreign Affair Podcast. Thank you so much for staying with us here as everything crazy is going around us. I will try to have a better topic next week than weird playoff formats, but we'll see what happens.
Please, God, can we do something better than weird playoffs?
Yeah, we'll see. I'll think of something.
I'm being very judgmental.
I know. It's tough. We'll do something good next. And I'm sure we'll have a little bit more news and notes and more to pimp out from The Athletic and more for Watch 4. As always, the podcast is presented by NGSC Sports. You can find them on the social media as well as us. On Twitter, we are at AFA Pod. Wes, you are?
I'm at Wes Bradshaw 21.
And I'm at Edward Green. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube via our parent show, The All New Sports Show, and email us at allnewsportshow@gmail.com. Thanks to our podcast providers, including Podbean.com, Stitcher, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, the TuneIn Radio app, Google Play Music, and the iTunes Music Store. So we will be back next week. What we'll talk about, I don't fucking know. It'll be something. It'll be entertaining, probably, I think, to us. So before we get out of here, Wes, that's true. We promise nothing and deliver less. I want to throw it over to you because I know we've already sort of spoiled what your anything else to add is going to be, but Wes, do you have anything else to add?
It's our girl who plays for the Falcons now.
Yeah.
Oh, and I guess this can be a very quick amended So Raw.
Sure.
So WrestleMania is now officially Performance Center, and it's going to be a 2-night event.
Yes.
And I don't think they can guarantee that it's going to actually be live.
Oh, okay.
Which, I mean, why would you? I mean, I don't know. Shit, you don't have to do it live because you're not going to have
Yeah.
So, and Gronk's going to be there.
Oh, okay.
Gronk. Gronk has signed a WWE contract. So, I think he's going to be like the host of WrestleMania. I guess Gronk's going to become a wrestler. I don't know. Why wouldn't he? It's freaking Gronk.
It's true.
Gronk.
That's all he can say.
Gronk.
That's his gimmick. That's all he can say.
Gronk. I want him to be like Groot.
Yeah, exactly. I am Gronk.
I am Groot. I am Gronk. We understand how you feel about COVID-19.
Yeah. They're so weird at this age.
Jeff, whip you something up. I am Gronk. We'll go take a nap.
Oh man, that version of Groot. And
I am Gronk. Whoa! You can't say that on television.
This is the degeneration era.
I am Gronk.
Oh man,
it's okay. You can talk to your therapist about that.
Oh man. Well, that's definitely something to look forward to, I think. So can't wait for when is WrestleMania?
Roughly not this weekend, but next week.
Okay, so we're
so I guess it's now WrestleMania the whole freaking weekend.
I mean, it already was kind of getting to that point.
Yeah, but now it's just going to be like the actual shows is going to be like always.
Oh, it's going to be great. It'll be great. So we'll definitely be talking about that after it happens. But until then, we'll have other stuff to talk about as well, probably. So with that, from McCall Crime West Bradshaw, I am Edward Green. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Foreign Affair Podcast, episode 307. And until next time, everyone, stay safe and enjoy the Spanish language only Twitch videos of soccer players from La Liga playing FIFA 2020.
Or just watch TikTok. Apparently that's what everybody.
Yeah.
TikTok, 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 TikTok.
Did you want to say goodnight to anybody, or you good?
Good night, everybody. I mean, we're all going to bed early because, we're under fucking quarantine around the whole world, apparently. So,
Yes.
Except me, because I'm essential.
Yes, you're essential. Don't let anybody tell you different.
You damn right. My teachers, I never make anything out of myself. I is essential now. Thank you.
LOL. That's funny.
You're listening to NGSC Sports Radio. Hear us live on NGSCsports.com, where you can get awesome analysis for all things sport. Or check out our podcasts on iHeartRadio, Spreaker, iTunes, TuneIn, and much more. For our latest videos, head to NGSC Sports YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter at NGSC Sports and like us on Facebook. NGSC Sports. We never stop.